Slocum.
The DC Hammer.
He works.
Mike Slocum works.
If you've been hurt in a car wreck, call me right now.
Tonight, the winter storm hitting right now and into the morning. 80 million Americans in the path. Winter storm watches and warnings in 24 states tonight. From the deep south up to the Great Lakes, straight across to the northeast. What could be a treacherous morning commute. Also breaking at this hour, the disturbing discovery inside a suburban American home. A mother and father allegedly holding 13 children captive. Investigators say one of their daughters escaping. They then discover the children, some shackled to their beds. The new images tonight, jumping for their lives. The deadly fire breaking out on this boat, bringing people out to a floating casino. As we mark this Martin Luther King Jr. holiday, the president insisting, quote, "I'm not a racist. I'm the least racist person you have ever interviewed." How did it happen? The alert in Hawaii, the alarm that warned ballistic missile threat inbound to Hawaii. This is not a drill. Parents hiding their children in manholes, families huddled in closets, and what we've now learned tonight. And Olympic gymnast Simone Biles, her brave words, what she has just revealed.
This is ABC World News Tonight with David Muir.
Good evening, and it's great to have you with us here on this Martin Luther King Jr. holiday, and we have a lot of news to get to. We begin tonight with that new winter storm moving across the country at this hour. The Alberta Clipper bringing snow and ice and freezing rain, and there is real concern tonight about the commute tomorrow morning. Already tonight, dangerous driving from the plains to the Midwest, a driver losing control, slamming into a police cruiser right there in Park Hills, Kentucky. And as we come on the air tonight, 24 states now under winter storm warnings and watches right now. That system pushing all the way from Texas up to Minnesota and moving east. D.C., Philly, New York, Boston all get hit tomorrow. The driving on this holiday already a real challenge, and it's moving east. ABC's Ariel Reshef leads us off.
Tonight, the mega blast of snow and bitter cold pounding millions from Texas to Maine. In Kentucky, police say they're fighting a losing battle to black ice. This car slamming into an officer's cruiser. Spinouts from South Dakota to Indiana, where this semi jackknife backing up traffic for miles. The blinding storm moving east to Chicago, where an army of 200 plows deployed.
They're very, very slippery.
Entire towns in the Northeast under an invasion from ice jams. Massive chunks of ice rushing downstream, blocking rivers, water spilling into nearby communities. Like Swanton, Vermont, overrun by floods. In Hallowell, Maine, cars submerged.
When we glanced down and saw that the entire parking lot was underwater, we were a bit shocked.
Tonight, flood warnings in New Jersey for a massive ice jam covering the Delaware River. In Kent, Connecticut, a state of emergency declared.
Authorities closed down this main road after frozen floodwaters rushed over it, threatening nearby homes and forcing some people to evacuate.
This school suddenly underwater.
A wave of water came in and just surrounded the cars. It just kept coming. The cars were filled up to about the hood of the car. They're almost fully submerged.
Now students scrambling to evacuate.
Ariel Reshef joins us live from Kent, Connecticut, where they are under that state of emergency, and they're already facing that other threat, the ice in the rivers, as you point out, freezing, melting, then refreezing, causing major flooding in the meantime. And another round of that they fear is coming later this week.
That's right, David. Warmer weather may be on the way for later this week, but that could cause these ice jams to melt, leading to even more flooding. The fire chief telling us, David, this problem is unprecedented. Right. David?
Ariel Reshef leading us off tonight. Ariel, thank you. And authorities are warning drivers to be careful as the work week begins tomorrow for so many of you. That mix of snow, ice, and freezing rain, all a major concern. So let's get right to Chief Meteorologist Ginger Zee. She's tracking it all hour by hour for us tonight. Ginger.
That slick drive, David, is going to happen in places like San Antonio, Texas, Austin, Texas. As everybody goes back to school and work, I want to take you to the maps. You've got advisories from Monroe, Louisiana to Saratoga Springs, New York, but that pink area in Texas up through Mississippi, even Oxford, Mississippi, is what I want you to pay attention to. That's where the freezing rain could cause ice up to a ½ inch, mix it with some sleet, up to 2 inches of snow, and it is not going to be a good Tuesday morning. Then you move it all to the east, and it's kind of post-frontal there, but the snow goes all the way up the coast. And behind this, so significant, Mobile, Alabama, by Wednesday morning, single-digit wind chills. They've just put out a state of emergency in the state of Alabama.
All right, another round of this bone-chilling cold right behind us, as you point out. Ginger, thank you. We're going to turn now to a disturbing story that broke late today, the chilling discovery inside a family home in Southern California. A mother and father accused of holding their 13 children captive. Investigators say many allegedly shackled to their beds. One of their daughters escaping the house, calling 911, and police now revealing what they found when they arrived. ABC's Matt Gutman in California.
The scene police described tonight is unimaginable. Those 13 siblings held in dungeon-like conditions, according to a police statement, amidst their own filth. They said they were starving. Police made the grim discovery Sunday, saying one of the children escaped. She grabbed a cell phone she found inside, they said, ran outside and dialed 911. They say parents David and Louise Turpin were holding the 12 remaining children shackled to their beds with chains and padlocks. But perhaps most shocking, 7 of the children they discovered inside were actually adults, ranging in age from 18 to 29. They were apparently kept on this quiet middle-class street, the couple recently renewing their vows with their 13 boys and girls arrayed in identical outfits and haircuts. Tonight, both parents are under arrest for multiple counts of child abuse, each of them held on a $9 million bail.
And Matt Gutman with us live tonight. This is so disturbing. Police had thought, Matt, that the daughter who escaped she's actually 17. They thought she was much younger because of how thin she is, how malnourished she is.
That's right, David. So disturbing. When officers first encountered that young girl, they mistook her for a 10-year-old. She was actually 17. Now, investigators tell us they believe that many of these children had been abused for decades. Now, all 13 of them are in child and adult protective care. David.
Just unbelievable. Matt Gutman, thank you. Next tonight here, we have new images this evening of that deadly boat fire shuttling people out to a floating casino off Florida's Gulf Coast. And you can see the passengers actually jumping into the water right there, trying to survive as the boat is consumed by flames near Port Richey. One woman did not survive, and ABC's Victor Oquendo from Florida tonight.
Oh my God! Tonight, harrowing video of the Island Lady Casino shuttle boat engulfed in flames off Florida's Gulf Coast. No! 36 passengers and 14 crew on board, desperate to survive, jumping from the top and bottom decks into the water on one of the coldest days of the year.
People started jumping out one by one, and the fire got really quick, really fast.
We had to jump probably, what, 8 or 10 feet?
To the water.
To the water, yeah. And then get from the boat to the shore.
The shuttle boat was heading to a casino moored 9 to 12 miles offshore. The captain turning the boat around when the fire broke out. At first, you see passengers leaping from the front closest to shore. But as thick smoke turned into an inferno, watch as they desperately leap out, dazed, waiting to shore. Neighbors and witnesses nearby rushing to help, bringing dry clothes and blankets.
I ran upstairs and I got all the towels I had, all my clothes, all my shirts, t-shirts, everything, and I just brought them down.
15 were transported to the hospital for chest pain, smoke inhalation, and other injuries. One of them, a 42-year-old woman, dying in the hospital while being treated. The charred shuttle boat, now burnt to the hull, is owned by Tropical Breeze Casino. In a statement today, the company saying it wishes to extend our heartfelt sympathies to all those affected by the fire.
And Victor joins us tonight from where those passengers were rushed ashore. We can make out a bit of the boat there behind you, Victor, and investigators still don't know what caused this fire.
David, no official cause has been determined, but the NTSB is now investigating. The boat's captain being credited for his quick thinking, getting that boat very close to shore, likely saving many lives. David?
Victor, our thanks to you as well tonight. Next this evening on this Martin Luther King Jr. holiday, the firestorm surrounding President Trump and the profane comments he made during that immigration meeting in the Oval Office. Overnight, the president defending himself, saying, quote, "I'm not a racist. I'm the least racist person you have ever interviewed." ABC's chief White House correspondent Jonathan Karl tonight.
Consumed for days by the controversy over racially charged remarks said behind closed doors, the president is now pushing back hard.
No, I'm not a racist. I am the least racist person you have ever interviewed. That I can tell you.
And he's now explicitly denying what several sources say he said in that meeting with members of Congress on Thursday, a vulgar slur aimed at African countries, and that he said he'd prefer immigrants from Norway.
Did you see what various senators in the room said about my comments? They weren't made.
One of those senators is Dick Durbin, who today still insisted the president made the vulgar, racially charged insult.
I know what happened. I stand behind every word that I said in terms of that meeting.
that has even earned the senator a new presidential nickname. Senator Dickie Durbin totally misrepresented what was said at the DACA meeting, the president tweeted today. But two Republican senators at the meeting who 3 days ago said, quote, "We do not recall the president saying these comments specifically," are now denying the president made the offensive remarks.
I didn't hear it, and I was sitting no further away from Donald Trump than Dick Durbin was.
I'm telling you, he did not use that word.
But what word? Now there's even something of a debate over how the profanity used by the president ended.
My understanding from the meeting, he used a different but very closely related vulgarity. He said S-house and not S-hole.
And a third Republican senator at the meeting, Lindsey Graham, who stood up to the president at that meeting and called Durbin's characterization of the president's comments, quote, basically accurate, is not changing his account, saying his memory hasn't evolved.
What I heard I didn't like, I will work with him and I will stand up to him.
Jonathan Carl with us live at the White House tonight. John, the president has made it very clear that a deal to protect dreamers is now in doubt. He says because of this controversy over his words, today actually tweeting that deals can't get made when there is no trust. So where does this all stand tonight? What are your sources now telling you?
Well, David, with all the name calling, it does look grim, but I have talked to both Democrats and Republicans involved in these negotiations today who have told me that they still believe a deal can be worked out. Those talks resume tomorrow.
Another week begins at the White House. John Carr, thanks to you. Next tonight here, new reporting. How did it happen? That false alarm in Hawaii that led to 38 minutes of terror. More than 1 million people warned of an imminent missile attack, told this is not a drill. Families huddling in closets, parents hiding children in manholes. ABC's Jim Avila from Honolulu.
The worker blamed for causing 38 minutes of fear and panic is reassigned after a routine internal test turned into the nightmare scenario for more than 1 million Hawaiians.
A missile may impact on land or sea within minutes. This is not a drill.
The dire message causing this father to hide his daughter in a manhole. Families to race into World War II-era bunkers. Tourists to gather in hotel basements.
I had my mom on speakerphone on the mainland, and I was calling and saying goodbye, to my family.
All starting during a shift change when officials tell ABC News an employee mistakenly clicked missile alert instead of the test option. 8:07 Saturday morning, the warning.
This is not a drill.
In just 3 minutes at 8:10, the command center knows it's a false alarm. Official word taking an anguishing 38 minutes to come from this room. The error happening weeks after Hawaii reinstates its Cold War-era drills, following several missile launches from North Korea. President Trump now weighing in.
Part of it is that people are on edge, but maybe eventually we'll solve the problem so they won't have to be so on edge.
Now officials here are requiring that 2 people push the button before an alert goes out. But their biggest concern is that no one will believe them the next time. David?
Jim Avila, thanks to you. And overseas tonight, there is news about the passenger plane on the edge of disaster in northern Turkey. Look at this, the plane skidding off a runway, hanging from a cliff over the Black Sea. Passengers inside recording the moment. Turkish media reporting that one pilot claims the right engine suddenly increased speed, causing the plane to swerve. No one was injured. Back here at home tonight into new developments in the murder of a college student in Southern California. Authorities now revealing new details about the former high school classmate who's now been arrested for the death of Blaze Bernstein. Police using Snapchat to track him down, and tonight the messages that have now been discovered online. Here's ABC's Gio Benitez.
Tonight, a massive show of strength in Southern California as family and friends of Blaze Bernstein say farewell to the 19-year-old Ivy League student. This as we get a first-hand look at the suspect in his killing, 20-year-old Samuel Woodward, his high school classmate.
After accessing Blaze's social media account on Snapchat, they contacted the individual who had last had contact with him.
That person was Woodward, who, according to a now sealed affidavit obtained by the OC Register, told police he picked up the UPenn pre-med student at his parents' home to catch up and hang out. Police say he had scratches on his hands, which he claimed were from a fight club. Bernstein, seen here in high school, was found in a shallow grave nearly a week after his parents reported him missing. Police haven't yet revealed a motive, but there are disturbing social media posts allegedly made by Woodward where he writes that he'd like to learn how to waterboard and that cannibals have got the right idea. And David, police say DNA evidence links Woodward to the killing. Meanwhile, tonight, Blaze Bernstein's family is calling for acts of kindness in their son's name.